What's up guys, Jared here with Staying to Auto Reviews, and if you're clicking on this video, you probably want to see the Toyota Sequoia in action live. And so let's go ahead, we're going to do a POV ride along. Let's get out of here. We have to get gas, but we're not getting gas here. I actually just stopped, literally just to get everything set up, so that way I can, drive around and go get gas, get some things done, and just do a little POV ride along. Talk about the Sequoia. This one has 227,000 miles, almost 228,000. And if you're watching this, I assume you're a fan of reliability. And if you are, I don't blame you. Because a lot of these cars these days are, some of them are hit or miss. But these Toyotas, I mean, they just keep going and going and going. And especially this one, I mean, there's not really many complaints with this Toyota Sequoia with its 5.7. Only thing I'll mention is you will have to be prepared to spend some money on gas, because this thing does eat up gas. I'm averaging 13.7 miles per gallon currently with the 227, almost 228,000 miles I have on it. And so that's something you got to account for, and it is a V8. But outside of that, I mean, it's super reliable, and I mean, it's got everything you need. So just driving along on this one, mostly you'll hear a lot of tire noise with the tires it has on it. Other than that though, it's pretty quiet. When you get on it, you can hear it, and we will show that in just a second. That way you can see, the power and just the noise it makes. That 5.7, I wish Toyota still made it. It's unfortunate that we're going into this era where all these V8s are being axed, and we're going to hybrids or turbocharged engines. And I don't hate turbocharged engines, I really don't, but I do think when you're putting a constant load on them, like towing and hauling stuff, that it's not great for them. But that's just my opinion. So let's get on this ramp, and hopefully they can get past this Sienna, and I'll show you some of the power this thing has. This thing's 10 years old. It is a 2014, and it's held up pretty well, I would say. All right, there's a lot more traffic than I wanted, but we're gonna still gun it right here. And as you can see, I mean, it does not struggle to move. This thing, it's got power. It's gonna go whenever you want it to go. That probably just cost me a good bit of money right there, but it's okay. Totally worth it for the video. One thing I will mention too with these, even if they're not lifted like this one, they are very safe. As you can see, there's plenty of room in here, and this thing's filled with airbags up here, in the knee area. So you are definitely safe in this vehicle, which is something to note. And hopefully I can get over right here. Let's see. Yes, I can. Nice. I don't know if it's just me, but I hate when roads do this where they split off and you have to get over and not cut people off, but just get in the way. I'm just not a fan of that. All right, taking off again. That light did take a minute, so I figured I'd cut it out and not make you guys sit there just listening to a whole lot of nothing. But going over some of the things done to this Sequoia, since it definitely is not completely factory, this screen was installed by the previous owner. It does have CarPlay, Android Auto. It's kind of iffy, and the system's okay. It's one of the preferred setups for the Sequoia. They're all over the forums. A lot of people get these, and they're pretty cool. And then on top of that, this one is lifted, so it's 3 inches, I believe, so it is riding a bit higher. Outside of that though, it's pretty stock. This thing has not been destroyed, murdered as some people say. It's in pretty good shape. So it's just proof about it. If you buy one of these things, you can keep running it, and you're not going to have really any major issues. I mean, there are slight issues, and I did make a video on that. If you want to check that out, I'll put it somewhere up top that you can see it. Just as some of the common problems these things have, and they're very minor. One of them with this thing was the fuel pump, and that's just because this is the flex fuel model, and they have this really weird issue. It's mostly the ECU, but it can contribute down to the fuel pump, so something to look into. But other than that, the only other issue I've had with this thing is the radiator, and that was just high mileage. It busted on me and started leaking out the top. An issue with those Denso radiators is they put the seam at the top where it says Denso, and it's like a little metal patch, and over time it just kind of peels up and starts to leak. So definitely not fun. But I got to go in and buy some equipment. So I'm gonna go in and get that, and then we'll be right back. We're about to get back on our way and do a little bit more driving. If you have any questions about the Sequoia, feel free to put them in the comments. I'm willing to answer. I've had this thing for a little over a year now, so I think I've got a little bit of experience with it, and yeah, here to answer any questions. So let's go ahead and get going. Trying to get through without everybody walking in the way. That's kind of the hard part these days. Everybody just walks in the way, they'll just drive in the way, and they don't pay any attention. Turning radius in this Sequoia is very good. I don't know if this one's been adjusted somewhat, or if that's just how all of them are, but this one's got really, really good turning radius. That is something that I like for it to be such a large SUV. And I mean, this is just a great family vehicle, but even if you don't use it as a family vehicle, you can use this thing to haul stuff. You can use this thing to carry a lot of stuff in the back. When you fold all the seats down, it's like a truck bed inside the back of the vehicle, so you end up having all this space to carry all this stuff. We have dogs we like to carry around sometimes, and so, you know, it's great. We just put them back there, and, you know, we're on our way. Along with that, most of them are going to have roof racks, so you can put stuff on the roof like kayaks or, you know, luggage, and just be on your way. It's just a great family vehicle, or just a great vehicle for people that need to use them for work. I know some people, once stuff like this gets the high mileage, they just turn them into work trucks. You can do that, definitely possible. And just a note too, this is a base model Sequoia, but it is the sport package. So they made it SR5 Sport, and basically it has the leather seats, it had color matched grille, and then it had a couple other things too. The wheels that are on it came with it. They were just painted over. And the rear seats are the captain's chairs, which are also pretty cool. I know that's a desirable feature, and that is what we have back there. So definitely nice to have. So I'm going to the next location. I'm not going to make this video super long, so I'll probably end it there. And that's a nice M4. Wow. In red, that's super nice. I don't like the convertible aspect of it. Outside of that though, really like that car. I know some people hate BMWs, and I get it, they're not as reliable. I mean, the B58's okay, but I think that's nice. Anyways, got distracted right there. My final thoughts are, this thing's super reliable. It's gonna be worth it. If you're looking into one, even with high mileage, just give it a chance. Trust me, it's gonna treat you well. Just keep up with it, fix the little high mileage things, and you'll be setting on your way with a great vehicle for a long time. I trust this thing to drive me probably across the country and back, like I have no doubts. And look at that, red Supra, all these nice cars out here today. That is sweet. Anyways, we're not here to check out other cars. We're here to talk about the Sequoia, and we're gonna focus on the Sequoia now. If you have a Sequoia, Tundra, or a Land Cruiser, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about it. I know they're all pretty similar, so definitely let me know. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and show the Sequoia with a turn, just to show you how effortless this thing is. Takes no effort. You just take the turn, and it's just super smooth. And I mean, this thing just drives so well. I know some people, they buy the Land Cruiser because, oh, it's more luxurious and oh this, but like, if you buy one of these with the luxurious features added on that, you know, the Land Cruiser has, you can get practically the same car. And I'm talking about the Land Cruiser with the 5.7 V8, not the earlier models and not the current model. I'm just talking about the one with the 5.7. Even though it's a little smaller than this, it's still super nice. And but this thing can be even nicer. I think that's something that a lot of people don't give enough credit to. Real quick, we'll just do another quick pull. And it drives great. Now you do have some of the long gearing for the transmission for whenever you're towing and stuff, so sometimes it does hang up a little bit. But most of the time it doesn't. And it just keeps pulling and pulling and pulling, and it sounds great. This is one of those things you just can't get in the new Sequoia or the new Tundra. That sound is just not going to be there. It's a great car, not hating, just saying that sound will not be there. But I'm gonna go ahead, I got another place I gotta go to, and I think honestly, we'll just cut the video off here because we did talk about a good bit of the Sequoia. So if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. More Sequoia videos coming in the future, so stay tuned. Possibly more POV videos too. Just gotta get the cars. And until the next video, I'll see you guys. Peace out.